Hubiera traicionado el plan de Jesús.
Pope Francis's words in an interview where he used the term white flag have continued to generate a wave of reactions from Ukraine. The Vatican has already clarified that the Pope was referring to the concept used by the interviewer and that Pope Francis was not insinuating that Ukraine should surrender, but rather that they should negotiate for peace. Even so, many public figures have spoken out on the matter. Ukrainian President Zelensky, without specifically naming Francis, alluded to the white flag in his video. The message was published a day after the Pope's interview.
Russian murderers and torturers do not go deeper into Europe, only because they are stopped by Ukrainians with weapons in hand and under the blue and yellow flag. In Ukraine, there used to be many white walls of houses and churches that are now scorched and ruined by Russian weapons.
Zelensky thanked Christians, Jews, and Muslims for their presence since the beginning of the war, but he added a few words that could be addressed to Francis.
I thank all Ukrainian chaplains who are with the army and the defense forces. They are on the front line, protecting life and humanity, supporting with prayer, conversation, and deeds. This is what the church does, being with the people, not 1,500 miles away, somewhere virtually mediating between someone who wants to live and someone who wants to destroy you.
In Ukraine, the Vatican representative in the country was invited to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to discuss the Pope's statement. From the government, they expressed their disappointment and said that Francis should appeal to the aggressor and not to the victim. Vatican Secretary of State Cardinal Pietro Parolin also spoke out in an interview. He said the appeal of the Pope does not refer only to Ukraine, but to both sides, and that the first thing is to, quote, put an end to Russian aggression. And he emphasized that it is important to take context of the Pope's statements into account. In this case, the question posed to the Pope, who, in response, spoke of negotiation, and, in particular, the value of negotiation, which is never surrender. This is the position maintained by the Vatican from the beginning of the war in Ukraine: negotiation in order to reach a just and lasting peace.